chroeso i'r sioe heno. Hello listeners and welcome to the show tonight. Mae'n braf cael eich cwmni. It's nice to have your company. Rhybudd oren am law trwm I rannau o Gymru ddydd Llun. Orange warning for heavy rainfall to parts of Wales on Monday. Cyfres pedwar a phenod rhif 56. Series 4 and episode number 156. Blwydd, year. Hello everybody. Wrandawyr listeners has become wrandawyr, used as a vocative, soft mutation. Chroeso has become chroeso after the a. The word a and means and, causes aspirate mutation. Law, am law, rhybudd oren am law. Warning, orange warning for rain. So glaw has become law. The G has dropped soft mutation after the key preposition am. And the key prepositions that cause soft mutation like that are amarat, tantrostrwy, gan hebyd, I o wrth, and tantrostrwy as well. And o Gymru, Cymru has become Gymru after o, another one of those key prepositions. Ddydd Llun, Llun. It's a time-out bird phrase, soft mutation, and another one there as well, I rannau o Gymru, to parts of Wales. RH has become just R on rannau after the key preposition I, or letter I. Pennod has become phenod after mutation after A as well, and that's it. Okay, so yesterday's episode went over the places where you would have nasal mutation. And one of those places when you count in days and years old as well. So we looked at years and days yesterday, which was blwyddyn, which became blynedd, and so on, and there's mutations of that. And then today we also looked at diwrnod as well. That became niwrnod and in the nasal mutations and whatnot. So today we're also going to look at another word for year, which is used for years old, which is blwydd, blwyd. So they're the three words that are a bit odd when it comes to counting. No other words do it like that, so it's just these three. And luckily they all have the same pattern. So that's quite interesting. Well, they all do numbers nasal for 5 to 10, but not 6. And then 12, 15, 18, 20. And 100. You can do 40 and other numbers as well, which when they're like compound words made up of the other words. So egain is 20, and then you can have degain, which is like 40, which is like 2 20s. And that it would cause nasal mutation as well, because it's a compound of one of those. And so on. But don't worry about it so much. Some people don't even bother and just do like decimal numbering as well. So, but we're just going over it because, it's part of Welsh. So, today's words then, we've got mutation games as usual, and then we've got phrases made up. So if we do 1 year old, it's un blwydd oed. So un is 1. Blwydd has become blwydd after the word un, because un causes soft mutation to feminine words, but only limited, that means not words that begin with L or RH, which usually do soft mutate, but not after that one. So un blwydd oed is 1 year old, but that can just be blwydd oed as well. So no un in there, so there's no mutation needed. And then because blwydd, the word counting word for years, is feminine, we need to use the feminine numbers from here on. So dwy, tair, and pedair, and it used. So dwy blwydd oed, and that's 2 years old. This is like the patterns yesterday now, of course. So where there's a mutation after 1, soft mutation, there's a soft mutation after 2, and then you've got the nasal mutations for 5 and so on, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So dwy blwydd oed, 2 years old, tair blwydd oed, 3 years old, so no mutation there. Pedair, but you're using a special number for 3, the feminine one, tair blwydd oed. Pedair blwydd oed, no mutation there. So that's where your no mutations BB, that's in the phrase fish fingers, baked beans. So the first two are soft mutation, fish fingers, FF. The next ones are baked beans, so blwydd, and so on. And that's what happened with the ones with the blwyddyn one and blynedd ones yesterday. So, but you can't do that in a mnemonic for the diwrnod ones, but you get the idea of the pattern then. So, pum mlynedd is the first nasal mutation. Sorry, not mlynedd, pum mlwydd on this occasion. Pum mlwydd oed, 5 years old. Chwech blwydd oed, 6 years old. Saith mlwydd oed, back to the nasal ones, 7 years old. Wyth mlwydd oed, 8 years old. Naw mlwydd oed, 9 years old. Deg mlwydd oed, 10 years old. And you can have deng mlwydd oed as well, 10 years old, an alternative. Deuddeg mlwydd oed, that's another one that nasal mutates, 12 years old. Pymtheg mlwydd oed, 15 years old. And pymtheng mlwydd oed, 15 years old, alternative. Deunaw mlwydd oed, 18 years old. Ugain mlwydd oed, 20 years old. Can mlwydd oed, 100 years old. Then, some people went along and went, well, I'm not putting this mlwydd in. But they do it without. But they still use the feminine numbers as if it was there, because it's that causes the feminine numbers to be there, the blwydd. So, un oed, 1 year old. Dwy oed, 2 years old. Tair oed, 3 years old. Pedair oed, 4 years old. Pum oed, 5 years old. Chwech oed, 6 years old. Saith oed, 7 years old. Wyth oed, 8 years old. Naw oed, 9 years old. Deg oed, 10 years old. Deng oed is 10 years old as well. Deuddeg oed, 12 years old. Pymtheg oed, 15 years old. Pymtheng oed, 15 years old as well. Deunaw oed, 18 years old. Ugain oed, 20 years old. And can oed, 100 years old. 100. Yeah, you get a letter off the king then. Oh, well, I used to say the queen, didn't we? But more games, new games. You've got to write in what they are for days, years, and years old. So you've got practice for the ones yesterday and the ones from today. There you go. Right, listening exercise. It is Rydyn ni wedi prynu copi o'r llyfr y Mae'n, caneuon ffydd. We've bought a copy of the hymn book, Faith Songs. Mae gan un hon nodiant cerddoriaeth hefyd. This one also has the music notation. Mae gen I fy nghydrymiau electronig yn chwarae synau cyfrifiadurol mewn pryd nawr. I have got my electronic drum kit playing computer sounds in time now. Rydw I wedi tynnu'r addurniadau nadolig, y cardiau, y papur lapio a'r goeden o dan y grisiau. I have taken the Christmas decorations, cards, wrapping paper, and tree from under the stairs. So, o dan y grisiau, under the stairs. Nadolig, we know is Christmas. Cardiau, cards, papur lapio, wrapping paper. Coeden, we know is tree from before. And there you go. Yeah, got my drum kit working now, much better. Changed the wire, changed the other piece of kit. There you go. Wow, you hit a drum and it plays straight away. So now I can play all the sounds in the computer as well. Yeah, excited about that. What else? Yeah, picked up this hymn book. Been doing that at chapel. Hymns, you know, interested in the music and the writers and the tones, the tunes and everything behind them. So musically and for learning Welsh and history. Ta-ra, gotta go now. Bye-bye.